The views and opinions expressed in this recording do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of Logan City Council. Logan City Council does not make any representation of the accuracy of any such views and opinions.
Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander viewers and listeners should be aware that this narrated story may contain names, images and voices of deceased people. Our words, our stories, Butcher the Frog, a Gunggari story by Aunty Margaret Finlay, recorded on the 19th of June 2019.
Yuwala. My name is Margaret Finlay and I'm the niece of Irene Ryder, nee Foster. Irene May Ryder was born in Mitchell on the 12th of May 1941 and she is the 11th child of George and Mabel Foster. She married Lindsay Ryder in 1965. She grew up on the banks of the Umbi at Mitchell and used to sit around and listen to the elders talking language and picked up on this language. Irene lived at the Umbi from 1941 to 1968 and attended Umbi School in 1947 and 1948 and then moved into the township of Mitchell in 1968. Irene will always regard the Umbi as home and her totem is Yuli, the carpet snake. And when we talk about the Umbi, it's a small reserve where Aboriginal people were forced to live in the 1900s. It's 3 k's out of Mitchell. It was closed down in 1968. But now the Gunggari people have the Umbi and had the original school back there and trying to get a museum up and running. But they haven't got it yet, but they've got some artefacts and that back and language stored. Irene started coming to visit St Patrick's in 1985 to teach children the Gunggari language and culture. She has been an important link between school and community. There is a strong history of Aboriginal culture in Mitchell. The Aboriginal people have occupied the Murrigunyah area for a minimum of 19,000 years. Aunty Irene was a big influence in Mitchell with language. She took great interest in this and recorded many Gunggari women and men. Irene has written a number of stories which help the community learn more about the Gunggari language and also keep the Gunggari language alive amongst the younger children. Aunty Irene used to go into both schools, the State School and St Patrick's School in Mitchell, to teach language. She was very passionate about her language. Some activities that Aunty Irene taught within the schools: language rounders. We used to play rounders at the school. And this is the State School and St Patrick's. Head, shoulders, knees and toes. That was an activity that we said the language word for head, shoulders, knees and toes. The kids enjoyed this. She has been very instrumental in preserving our language from Mitchell. Some of the language is at Umbi Museum, a lot of it's recorded. And also they have written other books just for kids. Irene wrote the story of Butcher the Frog and offered it to the students of St Patrick's to illustrate during the NAIDOC Week celebrations in 1999. The staff and students took it as one of their projects. The result was this beautifully illustrated book. It will be a valuable resource in the early childhood area of the school. The front cover of the book was illustrated by Irene's great-nephew, Damien Finlay. This storybook is for everyone to enjoy and everyone to learn our language. So now I will read the story of Butcher the Frog. Sam the Frog Butcher was written by Irene Ryder, a Gunggari elder, who developed the text to help teach the Gunggari language to teachers in the Mitchell area of Queensland. The book was illustrated by the students of St Patrick's School, Mitchell, where Irene had been visiting and teaching since 1985. The front cover picture was the work of Irene's great-nephew, Damien Finlay. Sam the Frog Butcher. Sam the frog butcher was hopping down to the river to find his girlfriend, Alice the butcher. He met a dog, Nuddan. The Nuddan sniffed at the butcher and said, "Bow wow." On went the butcher hopping. He met two emus, Nurran, and a snake, Bambara, under a tree. The butcher stopped and had a spell too. On went the butcher hopping. He met some crows, Waha. They tried to pick at him, so the butcher had to hop very fast. On went the butcher hopping. He met some children, Undernoo, playing rounders and making lots of noise. On went the butcher hopping. On went the butcher hopping. On his way he met a sandgoiner, Marrow. On went the butcher hopping as he saw the river ahead. Sam the butcher was so happy to see his girlfriend, Alice the butcher, that they danced around in a circle. The end. Language is very important, and we've been preserving the Gunggari language and documenting language, teaching kids in school language. But I would also like to acknowledge the library and Robert R. Wing for recording this so we can keep it for generations to come. Thank you.
The Our Words, Our Story project is a deadly digital communities program supported through funding from the State Library of Queensland and Telstra. Dream big with State Library of Queensland and Telstra in partnership with Indigenous knowledge centres and local councils. The Our Words, Our Stories project is in recognition of the United Nations International Year of Indigenous Languages. Logan City Council Libraries acknowledges that language heritage and knowledge always remains with the traditional owners, elders, language custodians, and other community members of the respective language nation. Logan City Council gratefully acknowledges the time, resources, stories, and support of the following: Aunty Irene Ryder and her niece, Aunty Margaret Finlay; Robert R. Wing, Logan City Council Libraries Deadly Digital Communities Project Officer; the Queensland Narrating Service for providing digital recording equipment, sound production and quality assurance; the Nyamba Meta Advisory Group. This recording features didgeridoo music performed by Greg Dryce. For Mobo Jarjum, Tomorrow's Children, copyright 2019 Logan City Council.